Hello students, hope you are doing well. Welcome back to our economics class, and now we are going to start our unit number 9, which is very important with respect to your IPE examination, because from this unit you are going to get 4 very short concepts. That is, its weightage is 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. You need to prepare some 13 very short concepts, out of which you are going to get 4 very short concepts on your exam, and this will be the part 1 of unit 9, as you can find only 7 concepts on board and remaining 6 concepts will discuss in the part 2. Now let us start with our first concept, that is clearing house. Now what does it mean by clearing house? RBI clears checks to settle interbank transactions by making appropriate entries in the accounts of commercial bank. For this purpose, RBI have set up clearing houses at different places. Now, whenever we visit banks, you might have observed that there are some persons depositing money, some persons withdrawing money, and some persons depositing checks in the bank. So these are the 3 categories. While if we see depositing and withdrawing of money, it will just take place on the same day within some period of time. But in order to give a check, while we deposit a check, it will take a span of some 1 week or 2 weeks. So why does it take 1 week for the amount to be credited in our account using checks? Because of RBI. RBI clears those checks with the interbank, because it have to maintain some transactions in the accounts of commercial bank. It needs to maintain some appropriate entries in the accounts of commercial bank. Because of this reason, it will take some time, and for this purpose of clearing the checks, the RBI, that is the Reserve Bank of India, which is also called as the Central Bank of India, have set up clearing houses at different places. And the second one is saving deposits and time deposits. So saving deposits are generally made in the savings account of bank. Like we have different kinds of deposit and different kinds of accounts. So saving deposit is made in saving account of bank. Now we can withdraw the amount whenever required. Like whenever you want, you can withdraw the money, and the rate of interest on saving deposits will be 4% per annum. 4% per annum. Per annum means per year it will be 4%. This is nothing but saving deposits. You can withdraw the money whenever you require. Then what is meant by time deposits? Time deposits are also called as fixed deposits, because they can be deposited for a fixed time, and the amount can be withdrawn only after the maturity period. For example, if you have deposited for 1 year, you cannot withdraw the amount before 1 year. This is fixed. The time is fixed, because of which it is called as fixed deposits, or you can also call them as time deposits. The next one is objectives of RBI. Like what are the main objectives of Reserve Bank of India? The first one, controlling issue of currency notes. Like we have currency notes of denomination 2000, 500, 200, 100, 50, 20 and 10 rupees. And also we have coins. The currency is divided into papers as well as coins. It may be in the form of notes or it may be in the form of coins. So who is going to control the issue of currency note? It is the RBI. The second one is it will achieve monetary stability in the economy. There are 2 meanings of monetary. One is MONITOR, the second one is MONETARY. TAR, that is, this monetary is different from that monetary. This is related with money. That means for a long period of time there must be price stability in the economy. So this is nothing but to achieve monetary stability in the economy. The fourth objective of RBI is controlling credit system. Credit means accepting deposits and giving loans. So this is also controlled by the central bank, which is RBI. The next, guiding commercial bank. RBI will be guiding all the commercial banks. So these are the four main objectives of RBI. Then fourth concept is net banking. Net banking is also called as online banking. Net banking is also called as online banking, in which the transactions will be conducted over the internet. The transactions will be conducted over the internet. For example, viewing of bank statements and online transfer of money, etc. Like nowadays it is possible for easily transferring money from one account to another account. You can use either Paytm or Google Pay, or there are many applications. So conducting the transactions over the internet is nothing but online banking or net banking. Example is viewing of bank statements and transfer of money or online transfer. Then fifth concept is near money. Near money refers to the highly liquid assets. It refers to highly liquid assets which are not considered as money, which are not accepted as money, but can be easily converted into money. They are not accepted as money but can be easily converted into money. For example, gold. Gold is a highly liquid asset. The meaning of liquid asset here is not liquid, it means which can be easily changed into money. The asset which can be easily changed into money is known as liquid asset. So gold is also a liquid asset. You can change it into cash. Money is also a highly liquid asset. So that means what is meant by near money? It refers to the highly liquid asset which are not accepted as money but can be easily converted into money. Like for example, saving deposits also can be converted into money. Shares and bonds can also be easily converted into money. So these are the examples of near money, the highly liquid assets. The next one is barter system. What is meant by barter system? It is a system in which one commodity is exchanged for another commodity. I am exchanging one commodity with another commodity. For example, the producer of paddy exchanges paddy with clothes to a clothes producer. Is that clear? For example, I have paddy and you have clothes. I am in need of clothes and you are in need of paddy. So what I do, I exchange my paddy with clothes. The producer of paddy is exchanging paddy for clothes from the producer of clothes. This is called as barter system. Why this one commodity was exchanged with another? Because at that period of time there was no currency notes, there were no coins, there were no notes, because of which commodities was exchanged for commodities. Then next, credit money. It is also called as bank's money. It is also called as bank's money, and under credit money, the money is credited by the commercial banks from its primary deposit. Like when we deposit money into bank, it is our advantage that we are just getting a habit of saving money. We are getting habituated to save money. That is our advantage. And what is the advantage of commercial bank? It will use the money from our deposits to provide credit. To provide credit means to provide loans. So these are the 7 concepts from unit number 9 in our part 1, and in part 2 we'll discuss the remaining concepts. Till that time, stay home, stay safe, and keep practicing each definition for 5 times and learn it at least for 10 times.